Vanessa has says, my name is Noelle and I have been diagnosed with stage 4 MZL low grade and I am on a wait and see protocol by my oncologist. Can this type of cancer be cured? I need guidance. Was told that this type of lymphoma cannot be. Thank you.
Can it be? Of course it can be. And it can be put into remission. I'll tell you, one of my first lymphoma patients, he's the one who went on the dichloroacetate without telling me, because I said, I have to make sure it's safe. I have a nose, do no harm. I can't recommend something if I don't know that it's safe. And so he went and bought it on the internet and he went on the dichloroacetate, and by that in 7 weeks, he had no more lymphoma. And I actually published that in Oncology Letters, I think it was. This blew my mind. And then I realized, oh my gosh, now why is everybody getting lymphomas? A lot of it's from the foods and it's basically from the Roundup. Also, I'm seeing this is where they've had, Monsanto was sued by multiple people, in these class action cases, and they lost because it was true. The lymphomas were caused by this. People that live around farms and farm areas and stuff like that too, or if you're not eating organic foods, et cetera, then there you are. And this is kind of scary, to say the least. The lymphomas used to be just caused by Epstein-Barr virus, glandular fever, or mononucleosis, but now we're finding more and more that are associated with toxins and environmental toxins and pesticides. So wow. But it is reversible very quickly, actually. There's no such thing as nothing's there. This is ridiculous. I mean, the thing is, okay, for them, maybe there's nothing there. But the only reason I'm saying this is not because, oh, I know better. It's because I do know better. I've seen it. I've had patients come to me and they said, I'm therapied out, and they sent me home to die. And it's like, okay, oh, please God, give me the right answers. And I was able to reverse it. Because of, I would say, almost fate. I mean, I was not looking at Boswellia serrata at all in cancer then, until this lady handed me all these papers on Boswellia serrata and brain tumors. Now, this patient comes to me, tells me I've got brain tumors all over my brain from metastases from my breast cancer, and they said I've got 12 weeks to live, and they sent me home to get my things in order. She was 39. And when I changed her diet and I got her on exercise and I got her on a little bit of NAC, but we'll talk about that later because I saw that was one of the questions, and et cetera, et cetera. And then Boswellia, put her on the same dosage for brain tumors, right? Because in the gliomas, it was about 1 gram 3 times a day. So that's what I gave her. So 10 weeks later, she comes back with an x-ray and she's crying. And I'm thinking to myself, they've grown back. There's more tumors. She's dying. And she said, they're all gone. I said, what do you mean? I'm like, what? Don't tell me they're all gone. They can't be all gone, but they were all gone. And that's why I started my cancer foundation. That's why I started my research foundation. I knew I had to get this information out. And this is something that when you start to see things like this, you begin to realize, oh my God, this is real. Now, I noticed there was another question before on NAC and glutathione that I want to address because it's really important. Glutathione is made up of 3 amino acids, okay? Glycine, glutamine, okay, and cysteine. Now, glutamine stimulates tumor growth. That's why fenbendazole helps. It blocks glutamine from going into tumors. That's why mebendazole helps. It blocks glutamine from going into the tumors. Okay, but if you take glutathione as glutathione itself, it splits down into these 3 amino acids. All right. However, if you take NAC, it pulls off that glutamine, increases the endogenous one that's made by your little cells itself of glutathione. That's cool. That's good. But if you add something that's going to add more glutamine to them, I don't like this because I don't want to take any chances with glutamine, period. And the very fact, I mean, I was surprised to find out fenbendazole and mebendazole blocked glutamine use by cancer cells. And it was like, we already knew the other mechanism, but we knew that it blocked what's called glut receptors on tumor cells. But gosh, nobody knew that it was also blocking the glutamine. So this is awesome. And that's where what I'm seeing is the best products, whether it's off-label drugs or nutraceuticals or whatever, the best ones have multiple mechanisms of action. So you can take NAC. They say not to take it, however, with carboplatin or cisplatin. It's a long story, but it has to do with oxygen radicals. And the NAC, then you're best to take it afterwards, after you're off of whatever chemo you're on. But NAC in general helps to raise our immune system, because that glutathione that is synthesized in the body naturally pulls off more of the glutamine. So you're actually doing yourself a favor. You're raising your immune system and you're decreasing your stimulus of tumor growth.